Vamos continuar.
Careful, careful.
Okay, somebody unlock the door.
Hello. Hey, how are you? Good, good, good. Hello, everyone. We are coming to you this evening to start our conversation off talking about some of our experiences in the Gambia. And my husband, Tony, is going to start off with his conversation.
Well, good afternoon, folks. How are you? I'm going to start off saying from my interview back in 2016, I did make the trip over to Gambia, almost 2 weeks. It was a pleasure. You know, first 2 days we spent in Senegal, like I said before. Matter of fact, the first 3 days, because we had our other comrades that traveled with us, they came a little later. So we waited for them in Senegal, and then we took off to Gambia. But anyway, around the fifth day, matter of fact, on our excursion to Gambia, we went to the village of Jufure, the place of my wife's ancestral village. And we took the whole, what do you call it, a caravan with us. So I guess it was about maybe 8 to 10 of us, right?
Yeah, about 12. 10 to 12.
I said 8 to 10, 8 to 12. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, we took a caravan of maybe 8 to 12.
Including my volunteers.
Yeah, volunteers.
For the mission.
Right. Mm-hmm. We had at least, 5 volunteers, 4 volunteers, exactly. Mm-hmm. And we traveled the back roads, and it was kind of interesting. It reminds me of Georgia, you know, before they did the road like in the 60s type era. And it was dusty, red dirt. You know, if you're used to that kind of stuff, that's what it was like. It was just in comparison to that. And, you know, on the way there, the guys would show me the landscape, you know, consisted of a lot of lakes, a lot of heavy terrain. You can't really drive fast, maybe like 20, 30 miles an hour, and then you might come to a stop, you know. But it was all, like I say, I was used to that, coming up as the little country boy in Georgia. But upon arrival, you know, on the way, we would see people walking along the way with their, you know, carrying their water, and they would speak, smile, and even the kids would run up to the van, smiling, waving. Something you don't see in the U.S. too much. But like I said, the smiles is the main thing. You know, they don't have very much, like I said, but they always had a smile. But as we got close to the village, we ran across some young men, maybe, I mean, they weren't teenagers, they were maybe 10, no, anywhere from 8 to probably 11, 8 to 10, 8 to 11. And they just ran beside the last quarter mile before we got to the village. They ran beside us, waving and just happy, laughing, and all kind of stuff. And as we approached the village, the ladder we had on top, because we took a lot of materials and work materials, you know, building materials, whatever. And the ladder we had on top, structured on top of the van, failed. Was beginning to like shift a little bit. We told the little guys to back up, but they just wouldn't do it. And as it fell off, as the ladder fell off, they caught it and walked it to the remaining distance to the village. So I was like amazed at that, because they weren't afraid of their really afraid of the safety of it. They knew they were going to get something. They knew they were going to get clothes, toys, something they would better their life, you know, or their parents' life, or whoever, you know, their family's life. So we got there, they helped take stuff off, and, you know, just with a smile, and, you know, that really amazed me, because they showed appreciation before they even knew what they got. Then once we were there, as you'll see in the videos that my wife has, you know, she has several, we unloaded, unpacked, and you know, just to see the amazement of the adults as well, you know, knowing they were going to get something that would benefit them in their life. And they, you know, sort of like touched me, because I hadn't seen it in so long, to show some kind of love for somebody they didn't really know. They knew my wife, but the rest of us, they really didn't know. But they would come up to us, hug us, and just, you know, showed us a lot of gratitude. So we sort of got things in order, and we started distributing, you know, all sorts of stuff, you know, medicines and clothes, shoes, toys, even candy, everything that we had taken over there. And remind you, she had made a trip, I think, a year prior, of a big container with bikes and everything, computers and stuff. But we, you know, upon distributing that, you know, it kind of bothered me. I said, these kids are so excited over just very little. When we buy our kids here so much, and they just don't show any appreciation at all. They don't even smile. But whatever you give these kids, it's like, you know, they appreciate it. And it really made me set me back, like, you know, what happened here? What happened to where our kids don't act like that? You know, like I said, on the way there, we were met with this wave of the hands, like you reminded me of the South, how it used to be. You know, they wave, and speak, you know, it was just a blessing. And kind of like trust me, you know, and I mean, they really appreciate the things that she's doing. They know about first name basis, you know. And the gentleman that came with us, Brother Rob, Brother CD, Brother Javon, they were very, very amazed, and they were really kind of like tickled about what was going on, and with the kids, with even the adults, and they played a big part. And you know, we gave my wife a lot of relief, because normally she's by herself, or maybe one of her helpers, or her what you say, assistants, whatever volunteers normally be having, maybe 1 or 2 volunteers. But this time she had a team. Miss Jones Stewart, you know, who also played a big part in it, our big sister. And we just, you know, had fun doing it. And these guys sang with the kids, taught them new songs, you know, that we knew as kids. And they really sang along with us, and it was a blessing, you know. But to see this for myself, it was something, because she talked to me about it for maybe 10. Let me see, close to, at 10 years exactly. It's about, and I was able to see it for myself with my own eyes, and you know, it's really unbelievable how people are really appreciative of a little. You know, and this greed and all this other stuff in this world has really taken over. But it takes you back when you get over there. It takes you back to, you know, the way it used to be. And I mean, we just had a ball with these kids, and then, you know, they would come up and try to tell us what they need, as far as you know, there's some of their needs. You know, like they have problems with pain. You know, a lot of pain, aches and pains, minor stuff that we get over the counter. They don't have it available. They don't have any of those things. Just got to toughen the pain. The babies, you know, have little different things. And, you know, I'm hoping that in the future she'll be able to get what they need more readily. And I'm hoping that it's be more accessible for them, and not just like maybe one time, you know, and then they have to wait. But, you know, hopefully things get better. But the whole village was a learning experience, just to find out my wife's roots, and to be a part of that, and see how, you know, how this whole thing started, with her knowing her roots and where everything started. But, you know, with what I saw in the movie and everything, you know, and I started putting things together, and saw firsthand from myself. And then, you know, we there for a couple hours, practically half a day at least, and, you know, but it was a blessing, it really was. And she told me, like I said, she talked about it for years, many years, and I could say I didn't really get the experiences till I went over there, and I was able to meet her cousin Omar, the one she always talked about, and the one that really she initiated this mission, she started this mission on, through talks with him and what they need in the village. So I was able to meet him, talk to him, and he just asked me different things about U.S., about this, about that, and we talked, collaborated a little bit, and he really showed appreciation to her as being a relative, and has been they have same DNA and everything. He's really amazed at that, and he gave her sort of like a little rundown of what they really need, and some of the simplest things, like they don't have like blood pressure cups, different test equipment to detect something early. Like I said, he was a young man, younger than in his 40s, I think, before he passed, and didn't have minor stuff, just like blood pressure.
45.
My wife said he was 45. At the time I went, that means he's only 40, right? Well,
yeah.
When I went, he was only 40 years old. But the toll that the diabetes took on him was blood pressure.
Blood pressure and
diabetes. Yeah, he had a combination. So the toll they had taken on his body, man, it's just, I can't describe it for such a young man. But if he had the right
medical
treatment, the right type of treatment in the right time, early enough, and early detection, he wouldn't be with us today. And I guess that's why she really wants to complete this mission to make it happen. For that, and at the time, like I say, we had no idea he was going to be relieved so soon, because he was like kind of sick in, but he was able to talk and everything, But he really needed a lot of attention at that time, from family, and but he really showed gratitude. He really showed a lot. I mean, a lot of gratitude to my wife, his cousin, in other words, and to everyone that came. All the guys were. It was a pleasure for all of us to meet him firsthand, because he's one of the few relatives, pretty much, that knows what's going on with the family. And matter of fact, he's probably the spearhead, set the forefront for all this stuff, because he had a lot of information, past and present. From when Alice came and visited, and they had a lot of information. But it was an honor to see him that time. Only time I saw him. But my wife, like I said, she's been going for almost over 16 years now. So she had spent many days there, traveling back and forth to the village, But even it was just it was honor. And then you want to talk about when we went back, or went back the second time? Well, you got to set the separate, right?
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, that's how it went. And we were there, like I said, we were there for a while. Like I said, the guys, the brothers sang with the kids. They taught them some educational stuff. And I think Miss Jones, I'm not sure, somebody was teaching them some other stuff, about on education, I think. Because there was a lot going on. Because, it was at least 8 of us, and we were all busy at one time, passing out stuff. Half was helping her pass out. The others were just talking to the people, talking to some of the parents of the kids, just trying to encourage them. And it's really funny trying to encourage somebody smiling and not even sad or down in living conditions they're in. A lot of them don't even have a bed. They sleep on concrete floor, not even wood floor, concrete, every day. Some of them sleep in the middle of the day. You might, like on the way to the village, you might see them outside just to keep cool. Even though it's hot, rather than sleep on the ground, they're sleeping on a tin roof, a corrugated roof, kind of you would see in the South, years ago, in the early South, and they won't complain. That's on the way there, But like I say, seeing that made me appreciate.
Okay.
I know the wife was really, really elated. She was so happy. She cried several times, and she was so happy to see the turnout of people to go in her support, and the people of Gambia, they really came and really appreciated what we done. And then like after so many hours we were there, we had to come get back because the ferry.
Right.
We had to catch the last ferry, make sure, because we missed the last ferry. We'd have to just bunker up there in the village, So we make our trek back because it take about an hour.
Hour and a half.
Hour and a half. No, you drive back to the village.
Oh yeah.
Drive back.
And then an hour across the
right.
Yeah.
Right. It's really like you say, 2.5. An hour to the village. From the village to the ferry is an hour, and from the ferry to back to
Barra.
It's around about 2.5. I want to say just 3 hours. So you talking about a 5-hour round trip if you want to do that. Plus the time you spend there, so you can easily spend a day easily. So it's best to stop a little early, doing it. But it was an honor for the guys. If you check out some of my wife's latest videos, they're talking about it now. What can they do? Because to go back, ain't going back because while they were there, they did the concert, and that's something that she's gonna talk about later on, the concert and all that, or some videos gonna come out on that. But get a chance. I mean, in Gambia, hopefully you'll be able to take that trip, and she's gonna try to make things a little better for people, because there is a museum back there, but she's gonna try to make improvements to a lot of different things as time goes on. As the finances and everything permits her to do it, she's gonna try to do a lot of things. God is truly blessing her because she's doing everything on her own. Through the help of the Lord, and through friends and family, of course me. We try to make things happen for her because she believes in it, so we have to believe. I have to believe in what she's doing. She's been doing it for a long time, and it's coming from her heart, not from people giving her this or that. People donate. Don't get me wrong, they donate. But all the financing, that's just totally financed by her, me, her, and whoever wants to help. And pretty much, did I touch on everything? What else did I touch on?
Well, I'll chime in and then you can come in on mine.
Okay.
So I'm gonna, since he talked about the trip to Barra.
Tell him about Barra's like the mark. Well, city close to
Banjul.
Closest.
Banjul, and then Barra is across the water. Okay, the ocean. On the other side.
Right.
The north bank.
45-minute ride. Was it 45 minutes, right?
Oh no, it's if you drove it by car, I think.
I mean the ferry ride. From Banjul to Barra.
The ferry ride to
Barra.
Barra, if they are operating on 2 engines or whatever, then it's an hour. Yes. But if one of the engines have gone out, then you might be on the water for an hour and a half or 2.
Right.
So I've experienced both, when the engines was working, when all of the engines was working, and when one engine was working. So, and I've also experienced when the ferry couldn't dock and we couldn't catch the ferry, so I ended up having to get on the man-made boats to cross the river, and that was like a nightmare, but thank God I made it. So yeah, so I have a lot. You'll see a lot of that coming soon in my documentary that I'll be releasing. But we'll talk about that a little later. So, but anyway, on this journey, this episode that we're talking about, in this conversation we're talking about today, is, how happy. Let me kiss, baby. Just reminiscing of how happy he made me when he finally got on that plane to go with me. And my heart skipped many beats because I couldn't believe he finally got on that plane with me. I was just smiling on the plane. I just couldn't believe it. And so yeah, so I just couldn't wait. I wanted everybody, so I made the decision because I put the trip together, the mission trip together. And I wanted everyone that went with me to experience how I normally travel, which I thought they would get a kick out of, okay? And normally I travel kind of frugally there because I try to not spend money on luxury for myself because I want to have enough money to give out to the local Gambians there. And even when I'm in Senegal, I, share money there too, and tip and the taxi drivers and waiters or whatever. And I buy things off the street and stuff like that. So in order for me to be able to afford to do all of that, I scaled down my amenities, and I try to be as frugal as I can and be able to in order to be able to bless other people. Okay. So anyway, I said all that to say that I booked, so I thought, this wonderful 12-bedroom house through Airbnb in Senegal in front of the Atlantic Ocean. So I see this beautiful house and I sent the pictures to everyone, and I don't think it's recording right now.
That's probably what's on that phone. See, I got a lot of videos.
So I began to send the pictures to everyone, and everyone agreed, oh, that's a wonderful house. Yeah, we all stay together in one house and blah, blah, blah. So I sent the deposit for the house, and it had a pool and everything in it. And it said it was only 20 minutes away from Dakar, the airport. When we got there, not only was it not 20 minutes, it was an hour away from Dakar. And when we got to the house, it looked like Herman the Monster's haunted house. Okay?
Right.
With bats and a dry swimming pool.
Covered. It was covered.
Really, yeah. And so guys, you beware of booking your accommodations on Airbnb, okay? So, I mean, some people have had good experiences with Airbnb. I have not. Even when my husband and I booked over in Hawaii, it was the same thing. So, I'm sorry, but I just don't trust Airbnb anymore. I've had horrible experiences with, them lying. And so I just will not. So I caution you about that. Okay. So anyway, we ended up going back and staying at Novotel. And shout out to Novotel. Novotel in Dakar, Senegal is a fantastic hotel, guys. So if you guys have to stay overnight before you get to Banjul, then you want to definitely check out Novotel. Novotel is an excellent hotel to stay in if you're in Dakar.
I agree on that.
Yeah. The accommodations is fantastic. So we ended up staying in Novotel overnight, and then we got a multiple unit apartment before the singers was able to get there a day or two after that, because we had to lay over in Senegal and wait for the singers to get there, because they flew into Morocco, and from Morocco to Dakar, Senegal. And then I thought I would take them to through the back roads. We didn't do the bush taxi, but we did a van.
Right.
And so the van was good because the van had air conditioning. So a shout out to Sanku J. Suso, who got those accommodations for us with the van and stuff. So he's a pretty good person as far as helping you to get your accommodations and negotiating for us and all of that kind of stuff. And I'm sure that you all that's over in the Gambia now, you all know about negotiating. So I learned real quick when I've been going since 2006, so this is nothing new for me.
Right.
So when I am doing my shopping and things like that, I know how to haggle and all of that, but normally I don't, and I have my volunteers with me when I'm going shopping, one or two of them, sometimes all three or four or five. It just depends on who's hanging out with me. But anyway, so they normally will let me know whether or not I'm getting a 2-bar price or I'm getting a local Gambian price.
Right.
Okay, so anyway, we did the back road trip, and so I thought it was fun. I mean, I've been doing it for years, only to find out that it wasn't so fun for them. So yeah, I think it stopped again. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we finally get to Barrow. They was kind of hot. Of course, we got to the Senegal border.
Right.
Okay, so when I'm traveling, I'm having so much fun meeting people because I'm in a bush taxi. Most times I'm not in a van. I'm in a bush taxi. Okay. So people are constantly when we dropping off and picking people up. Okay. So to me, it only seemed like an hour and a half ride from Dakar to the border of the Gambia, up the upper Numi district, I believe it is. Oh no, it's not. It's Khartoum. I forget. Anyway, it's the border.
Right.
And so they let me know, my group of people, my team that I brought from over to America, that no, it was not an hour and a half ride. It was 4 hours.
Right.
So yeah, they said when they go back with me again, they will not be taking the bush taxi route.
Right.
They will be flying in. They'll be flying directly into Banjul. Okay, so yeah. But honestly, guys, I enjoy doing the bush taxi because I get to just meet people. I don't know. I just enjoy it and looking at the sights and, going through the city and then going. You go from the city into the country and then you cross a ferry in Senegal and you see all of nature and everything. And so it's fun to me. I guess I'm adventurous. So it's fun, but anyway. So they want to go, and then Tony and I, we're going to be going back soon. And we'll be flying directly In the banjo.
Yeah, no direct flights to Senegal.
So, well, unless we want to go see our daughter Maimona.
Oh, well, she could, yeah.
Or we have to send for her to come meet us over in Banjo.
She meet us in Dakar, yeah.
Or
yeah, that's true, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because we had an exchange student, shout out to Maimona Diaby.
Yes.
And she was in, what is it, Tabakunda. Yeah, Maimona Darby. She lives in Tabakunda.
Maya.
That's yeah, we call her Maya. So, yeah, we miss you, Maya.
Yes, we do.
Anyway, she came and stayed with us for a year over here, and she went to school, and such a beautiful young lady, and she's going to school now to become a doctor.
That's right.
So anyway, I was so excited. I had him over and was able to show him some of the work that I was doing there in my ancestral village. And just proud to be a descendant of Kunta Kinte and Amoro and Binta Kinte and cousins to all of the whole clan, Omar and everybody, Lamine and Mariama and Katie, Tom. And so, yeah, and so I'm excited that finally I was able to introduce some of them to my cousins here, and they were able to meet them. So all of that, you guys will get to see all of that in the documentary. Yes. But yeah, so we did a gospel concert. So we took over Rob. We are members at Antioch Baptist Church and Carmody Hills Church, and so I had been begging all of my friends that are vocalists and everything to go with me, to come with me, to go to Pastor Banson's and Donko's church, Glory Church over in Jeshua. And finally, Rob Mercer came up to me and said the Lord had spoke to him. And oh, Lord of mercy, I just fell to the ground. I was so excited, and I was just praising God, because I said, I don't know, and I was kind of sad, like, why won't people go with me, and blah, 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 blah. And here this young man walks up to me and say the Lord spoke to him and he was going, and I was so elated. And so this is how I was like, well, I told my husband, these are musicians that's going with me, and you cannot not go. And so he decided to come along with us, and man, we just had a wonderful time in the Lord. My husband took all kind of footage when they were rehearsing, and just, you know, it was a beautiful, beautiful experience. And I can't wait to share my documentary, guys. So I need you guys to like, share, and subscribe, and tell all of your friends and family to like, share, and subscribe, because we have to get to 1,000 subscribers in order for us to monetize and show our documentary. And so guys, please like, share, and subscribe our videos, make comments, you know, and all of that to the videos. And we're going to be sharing much more footage, you know, on all of our mission trips that we've done there, and mission trips that Tony went on, mission trip that Tony went and the team went on, man. And man, I've already started posting in my Facebook page, you know, getting everybody hyped up. We get ready to do it again, y'all. So Y'all be looking out for us, and y'all like, share, and subscribe, and help us make this thing happen, okay? Because we have to upgrade our family ancestral village. We have to do it. It was Omar's wish that we would help to upgrade this village to the magnitude and to the tourist destination for the diaspora to be proud of, okay? And so I'm just allowing the Lord to use me as a vessel of peace and to make this thing happen. And so I need all of you YouTubers that's sitting over in the Gambia, Senegal, and in the diaspora to help me, okay? Help me, you know, like, share, and subscribe and build my audience so that we can make this thing happen for Omar, okay? All right.
All you gotta do, how many do you have? Give them to all the adults. You give them to the adults. You gotta keep them.